the name of Adam alayhi salam. If you look in the Arabic dictionary, Adam means human, and the root word Adama means to make fleshy. So how this relates into the subject is because the miracle of Isa alayhi salam and how that's similar to Adam alayhi salam. So there's creation, therefore there's a creator, and there's that affirmation. This concept of quote-unquote race science is not actually new, because the Greeks and the Romans were also doing that when they were colonizing. So, and documentation justifying why they should colonize other people. So this, legacy of imperialism, which we see running through, well, basically right up until today. See, pagan people, they don't believe in Allah, they don't believe in God. They have this attitude of entitlement that they can own other people and own other people's lands. So there's a lot of this hostile takeover. A lot of these theories are very much in contrast to the parallels of the Qur'an, which repeats itself when it talks about, for example, if you take al-Waqia, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about, look at the sperm that which you emit, look at the seed that you sow, look at the water coming down, look at the wood you use for fire. And there's the constant message of there is creation, therefore there's a creator. So now we come back to the story of Maryam alayhi salam and how that relates to her. So in the previous interviews, I spoke about how the veil for Maryam was very much a theme. I used the analogy of, think of Maryam alayhi salam in her space as like, if you want to do a garden, you clear the plot, you remove all the thorns, all the litter, all the rubbish. You make sure that the soil is nice and clean. You put a fence around it, you guard it. And then Zakaria, whose name is relating to dhikr, Zakar in Hebrew, or possibly Aramaic, but definitely in Hebrew, is relating to dhikr, or close to dhikr, and that has to do with remembrance. So he's like sowing the seed of consciousness, speaking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within the temple. So it's more of a parallel to sowing the seed and watering the garden. So this garden that's being clear and that's being safeguarded. And then from there you get the blossoming, the blooming, you get the life, because Yahya, a lot of people understand his name to mean life, which is in Arabic very similar, but will be all life. It's very similar concept. So like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, like, are you the growers? Are we in fact the growers? Looking at Maryam alayhi salam, in contrast to what people aspire to today, because so many people want to be Instagram influencers or Hollywood actresses, or they want to be celebrities, and they want to be famous, and they want to have followers, and they want to influence people. But you have this woman who's very much to herself. And you look at the impact of Maryam alayhi salam, to how just her existence has impacted the world. We take for granted how us just being here as servants and as agents and as slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how that can impact society. But we are so busy trying to get other people's attention, trying to get validation from other people, because we're insecure and we are not comfortable enough to just sit in our presence, to sit on our own existence and connect with our creator.